Thank you.
Very well done.
Well, I'm excited to talk about what it means to be an emotionally healthy Christian. You know, some people think that's an oxymoron. I actually applied to a psychoanalytic institute here in Los Angeles about 20 years ago, and they thought it was an oxymoron. I had graduated from a seminary, and that created problems for them. I won't name the institute, but we had problems with them thinking, wait a minute, you read the Bible and you're a Christian and you expect us to think you want to be intellectual. You can't do those things, especially if you want to become a psychoanalyst. That was a big problem for them. Thank goodness things have changed since then, but at that time that was a problem. So what does it mean to be emotionally healthy? What does that mean? Some people think it means being able to express whatever you feel, right? If you're my age, you went through that time when emotional health was just simply letting it all out, right? Some people think what it means is to be able to restrict your feelings, to be able to be in control of your feelings. That's emotional health, right? We used to think that if you were just intelligent, if you just had IQ, that's all you needed. Yeah, Bowman, right, yeah, all the Harvard research now says that's not right. The leaders of the future have to have EQ, emotional quotient. You've got to be emotionally intelligent. Bowman has a new book out. He wrote Emotional Intelligence. There's a new book out called Social Intelligence. We used to think social intelligence is the capacity to understand and work with people, right? Now you think, no, it's the capacity to work with people. You have to be socially intelligent in relationships, not just about relationships. That's health. And that's the movement of the future. Those are our future leaders. Those with emotional intelligence. The people who can connect, they understand what that is, and they know how to not just understand relationships, but actually do them. It's a novel idea. With the seminary, so we have to do everything in 4 points. This one actually has a mnemonic. After today, you'll all be fatter. I know it's not politically correct, but it works. Emotional flexibility, emotional awareness, emotional tolerance, and emotional responsiveness. It happens to work in the pattern. Emotional awareness, flexibility, tolerance, and responsiveness. What's emotional flexibility? The capacity to organize emotions in multiple ways. This gets a little bit heady, but this is important. What people, when they come to my office, what's the main problem that they have? They often say this, I want to change. I've got to change my thinking. The problem is I've got these things that I've learned that I need to stop thinking this way. I want to erase these things. Well, I have some bad news for you. You can't erase neural pathways. I mean, once they're there in your brain, they're there. So, sorry, can't do that. But what can we do? What's growth? You create new ways of organizing your life. You've all been hurt by some way in life, unless you have the perfect parents. If you have, stay afterwards, I'm going to talk to you. I haven't met anyone yet. Read my next book. Otherwise, you've had some damage and you've learned some things and you keep creating these patterns. We are creatures of habit. We learn to organize our emotional experiences in a particular way that helps you make sense of the past and helps you make sense of the present. These are called organizing principles. When things happen to you, you create a theory about your life and about yourself. You organize that in a way that makes sense. So that helps you do your life. You brush your teeth every day at the same time. It helps you do your life. We're creatures of habit. The problem is when we get locked into that, we become inflexible. And I'm only going to keep thinking and feeling about feelings in the same way, and I don't have the flexibility to branch off and have new experiences and interpret things differently, to be open, to be flexible with my emotions. The first sign of mental health. Changed the world. He changed the world. Think about this. 33-year-old itinerant rabbi, before television, didn't write a book, there was no media. He has 2 billion followers today. 2 billion followers. He must have known something about people, don't you think? This guy Jesus. Don't you think? He must have. The way that he was. Let's set aside that he was God. Let's say you're here thinking, I don't know if he's God or not. Set that aside. You have to admit, he must have known something about people to change the planet the way he did. No one has influenced more lives than this one guy. Who did he pick? Men who understood with their hearts. Sorry about the sexism, but that's what he did. He picked men who understood with their hearts. That's what he picked. He picked emotionally intelligent people. Did he pick the most educated people in his society? We already know that. He did not. Some were, some weren't. Some of his biggest followers were not educated at all. Why did he pick them? They were emotionally intelligent. He knew something that we're just discovering now. Those are the leaders of the future, people who are emotionally intelligent in relationships, people who get emotions and they're aware.